welcome to my channel, Love It or More. This is going to be your pick a card reading for the festive season. All right, so as we head into December 2021 and a lot of people are celebrating the holidays, I thought it would be quite fun to do a pick a card interactive reading for the general collective to see how the festive season is going to be bringing to you. So if you've not done one before, the way it works is you pick a crystal that you most feel drawn to. I usually find it's the first one that comes to mind, the first one that intuitively grabs your eye. Okay, but we will do a sound bowl if you want to meditate on them a little bit further. Then you go to the timestamp below and you click on the time of your crystal that you've chosen, group number 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3, and then receive your message. Okay, so before we begin, I'll do some sound bowl. Please be mindful that this is a general interactive reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Hopefully there will be a message in here for you that does resonate, and energies are non-gender specific. All right, so and also thank you very much to my subscribers. I am truly grateful and I really do appreciate it. And if you do like this reading, please do like, subscribe, comment and share. All right, so 20 seconds of the sound bowl just to tune in. All right. Okay, so you can select your message. I'll be starting with group number 1. Okay, so group number 1, those who chose this blue crystal, it is Lapis Lazuli, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's all to do with the throat chakra, to do with communication, how you communicate to yourself, creativity as well. So everything that relates to that throat area. Okay, so let us find your cards. Now I will be cutting the deck for the rest of the cards, but we're starting off with some pre-shuffled ones. Your first one, current energy, is purity, embracing your uniqueness, your individuality. You see how the fox's eyes are different colors. Okay, and there's a cleansing feeling, a purity to the snow-capped trees there. Okay, so I feel like there's something very pure at the moment, very untarnished at the moment with you, which is a good energy to be in. Your unseen situation is a win-win outcome is forecast, and this is the full moon in Libra. So where there has been an imbalance, Libra will come in, and Libra is all about balancing the scales, right? So we're talking about balance, we're talking about the justice system, but ultimately if you have been undecided about something, or torn, or feel at a bit of a stalemate, it seems that no matter what decision you make, a win-win outcome that will help everyone is going to come to fruition, and that's what's unseen to you at the moment. Okay, and then your outcome is Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. Okay, so trust your intuitive impulses, trust where your heart is leading you to act and not react, because what's ultimately happening is you're steady on your path because you've gone through that purification, you've arrived at purity. Okay, we're going to get some majors. We're going to get one each for each of the sections, which is your current energy, that which is unseen, and your outcome over this festive season. So whether it's you're visiting family or you're celebrating closer to home and with friends or partnerships, whatever that may be for you over this festive season. Let's see how it's coming for you. Your current energy at the moment is the sun. Beautiful. And I'm not surprised actually because of this purity card here. So the sun is definitely shining for you. The sun talks about a lot of things. Okay, it is the most positive card in the deck, but it can talk about abundance, wealth, having that spring in your step. But ultimately, it's the sun brings illumination to a situation. So I feel like you're starting to see the brightness, the clarity within the purity that you're having. That which is unseen to you is the Empress. So whether you realize it or not, you going the whole festive season is going to be giving you this burst of energy. This creative juice is going to be flowing, in that now you start to get a little bit excited about something that you want to create, moving into, you know, because the festive season runs until the New Year celebration. So I feel like you're starting to get really excited, and you might not feel that now because you're at a kind of a stillness, at a very sort of soft, gentle, clean slate pace. But as we move more into the festive season and the celebrations, and the joys of sort of giving and receiving with festivities and celebration, you're going to start to feel a little bit inspired to create more, okay? Because things are happening at the place of love, of that unconditional love. The Empress holds the wheat by her heart because she knows that the more she gives, the more she has to give. Okay, so it's really, really powerful. Okay, your outcome for the festive season is patience. Okay, so then you're going to be falling into a bit of a stillness there. She does have again, it's all about the heart space. Temperance, lady Temperance here, it has got I don't know if you can see that, but she's got a clock there by her heart, and she knows that everything happens in divine timing. Okay, so it's a patience card. A 14 reduced to a 5, which is in numerology, can be considered an obstacle, a challenge, a change. So it could be that perhaps you're kind of rearing to go with this Empress card here, but then you need to wait it out. But know this, that your guidance is divinely guided, so things are happening behind the scenes here for you. So if you allow it the space it needs, it allows spirit to come in and kind of work their magic and set you up so that the timing is just right. Okay, let us see how this goes a little bit further. We're going to dig a little bit deeper. Again, I'm going to cut the deck. Okay, we'll get 3 cards for each. I just heard the word two cards for each, but because I said 3, I better go with 3. Okay, now I'm gonna have to go for 2 cards each. Sorry. All right. And maybe that was a good idea that came out. I just spoke so openly about it. Maybe that's the thing, that intuition, that divinely guided. Perhaps you should go with not what you logically think, but what you sort of feel that you need to do. So I'm going to go with 2 cards for each. Maybe that's a message for you in itself. Trust what you're hearing in your mind, or downloads, whatever you want to call it. Under the sun, we have the Hierophant. So this would be the Taurus card. This is to do with regulations, systems, organizations, systems, how they be, but also this sometimes relates to spiritual ascension as well. So we're going to go dig a bit deeper. We also have 7 of Cups here. So we've got choices, perhaps daydreaming, having options open to you, and sort of daydreaming and deciding what do you do within the system. How can you sort of make the system work for you, rather than being led by the system. So particularly with the pandemic and a lot of the restrictions that we're feeling, some people will be drawn to feel like they are imprisoned or bound by the system and rules and regulations, and how you feel like you're like a mouse going down loads of little avenues, and every time you reach somewhere it's like a dead end, so you have to quickly go back. So you whereas some people can be feeling quite trapped in that situation. I feel that with this for you, you're starting to understand that you can work it to your benefit, in that understanding where the so-called polarities lie and how to make it work for you. Okay, the Empress, and also to see opportunities in that as well. So it's like thinking outside the box, which is great because the Hierophant is that box, right? It's that tunnel. Right, the Empress, we have the Hermit. Okay, soul searching, inner reflection, and we have the Queen of Cups. Oh, That's lovely to do with that Empress over here. So really are bringing, and this is what's unseen to you, because what's happening now is as you're starting to sort of explore the systems and explore what it is you want to do, because now light has been shed on it, the Empress, that beautiful Empress energy, is bringing in the divine feminine into you. And as you look deep within, you're starting to bring along, you're starting to have more intuition, because that Queen of Cups is very intuitive, very psychic, is in touch with her emotions and understands. There's a very, very feminine energy over here. And that's a very nurturing energy too. So it seems that if there was a decision that needed to be made with that win-win outcomes forecast, ultimately what's going to come out of it is an equal balance where everyone wins, everyone gains from it. Okay, patience, we have celebration, Three of Cups, lovely coming together. Okay, maybe a reunion of sorts. And then we also have the Eight of Swords. Okay, so this could be a situation where I feel like perhaps there's a bit of a delay, where someone's trying to come forward. It's like if you've arranged to get together over the festive season and you want to come in and celebrate, but someone is torn, someone is a bit restricted, so someone can't come, or you're struggling to get somewhere because of certain kind of pandemic restrictions, or certain kind of perhaps even COVID or something, and you feel like you cannot get, you have to feel like you cannot join in the festivities. But it does say patience is important over here. So know that actually your guidance is divinely guided. If there's a situation where you are either wanting to go somewhere for a particular celebration, be it Christmas, New Year, or whatever, and you are sort of tied down and you cannot, it could be that there is too much going on in your headspace as well, with those swords over there, you know, because she is blindfolded there. There's just something to be aware of. Then know that the patience, the patience will pay off. Okay, divine timing is imperative here. We've got divine timing there, and patience talks about divine timing. So ultimately, if you can't get somewhere, or someone is trying to get to you to sort of join in a bit of fun celebration and they can't, know that that's a good thing. Okay, know that ultimately it's a win-win situation for all. All right, now we're going to go a little bit deep and get some jumpers out the pack. And see this a little bit further for you. Okay, but ultimately I feel really, really positive about this reading. I mean, it's pretty simple. You are thinking outside the box. You're doing the internal work about everything that's going to be working in that, from that space of unconditional love with this feminine energy over here, and everyone is going to gain from that. Okay, and then the outcome is perhaps that there is you know, something just takes a little bit longer than needed, but the gentle energy of the feminine, the divine feminine, I mean, she a woman, what's the word, gestation, incubates the fetus in the womb for 9 months. She is all about knowing the right timing. Okay, the feminine divine is all about understanding the flow and understanding how to sort of hold something in and allow it to really kind of come to full fruition before she releases it to the world. So even if this was like a working project that you're sort of thinking in the pipelines, you're getting quite excited about as we reach the end of the year and you're thinking about the birth of the new year, you may not be able to sort of bring it to life immediately, but know this, that it needs time to incubate. It needs time to really be molded into something tangible that can be manifested into the real world. All right, can we start that again? Okay, can we please clarify the Hierophant? It's a bit weird because I hammered my finger the other day and it's so sore, so it's quite a struggle to shuffle properly. Okay, the Hierophant, please. Can we clarify the Hierophant, please, for group number 1? Thank you. Oh, that's a lot of cards. Right, we have 7 of Wands, standing up for yourself. The Empress, again, beautiful. Six of Cups, coming together. Nostalgia, something for the past, and the Four of Wands. Okay, so there's illumination coming to do with you having to justify coming together with family from the past. Okay, you're trying to sort of, that's the thing that's you're trying to, the system that you're working within. Okay, because he's standing up for himself, he's trying to protect what his, from the Empress point of view, from a more point of view, love it or more. There is always potential in something, and it's coming from a place of unconditional love, of to see people from the past, bring the children in and have that celebration over there. Okay, so that's how it relates to the Hierophant, and that's why you may be thinking outside the box here, trying to look at different options for you. Seven of Cups, please. Can we clarify the Seven of Cups for group number 1? Oh, thank you. Okay, Five of Wands. So it could be that you're a little bit stuck in the situation of kind of deciding, oh, what's the best practical method? Okay, so this message here could literally be as simple as you want to get together with friends or family for festivities, but there's a few blocks in the way. Okay, I feel that patience is important here, introspection is important, and to trust in the divine timing. But it feels like as you're trying to determine and figure out, okay, well, we could do this, or perhaps I'll go there, or whatever that is, it could be causing a little bit of a you start to see quite clearly how, if you say, for example, you've got a family member quite far away, and you're kind of trying to make sure that everyone wins in the situation. Okay, because you see how in the Five of Wands over here, one person is holding another wand, another person is holding a different one. So it's like this entangled situation where you feel like, well, if this person comes, and we can't have that person, and that person comes, we can't have this person. But I do feel that with the illumination and with the Sun card, it's know this, that the people that can't turn up, or the people that can't get together, is actually a good thing. It's actually a good thing. And don't allow yourself to be caught in the tit for tat if someone's unable to attend, or someone is unable to come, or you can't please everybody, know that the right things will come into flow, because a win-win outcome is forecast anyway. Okay, so if someone can't attend, or if you can't get to somewhere that you want to go, it is actually in your best interest. Let's have a look at the Hermit card. Can you clarify the Hermit card, please? Thank you. Ten of Wands. I mean, yeah, okay. Whoop! I dropped on the floor. Bear with me 2 ticks. I'm in a bit of a little tricky position because I always sit cross-legged. So, bear with me. There we go. 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is all about carrying that final burden, that responsibility. Okay, reaching the end of a stage. So it could be that so this talks about that final burden that you have to carry, right? And it's and you've been through the 9. The 9 talks about endings. The 10 basically marks the ending and immediately the beginning of something. So as it relates to the Hermit, I feel like you're in a very soft position because of the Empress over here. That's which is unseen, that you've reached the end of a particular cycle as it relates to something that has just felt like an upward struggle. Okay, so this can be to do with physical, quite literally work, that you've sort of stopped work for the end of the year in order to have your holidays, and so you're now trying to do that in that's real soul searching of where you want to put your beautiful Empress energy. Where do you want to nurture your creativity moving forward? Where do you want to think outside the box as it relates to work? So you are doing some inner reflection to do with that. But I also feel that the nice thing about this is that you've been considering this for some time, and in a way, because of the timing is very, very on point here with this reading. Because of the timing, it's like you're finally coming to an end of the cycle of even deliberating over it. Okay, so anything new that you want to create for yourself in the new year, as it relates to work, your thing, your passion, okay, you've been deliberating over it for a very, very long time, and now you've shifted it into that Empress energy, into that more sort of creative mindset. knowing that you need to close off a few things because you're ready to give birth to something new. Let us look at the Queen of Cups. Clarify the Queen of Cups, please. Queen of Cups, please. Cup number 1. And go. Page of Pentacles. There we go. Got some good news coming in. Okay, so this is this could also be a child as well, or maybe starting off as a novice. But what I would say with this, the pages sometimes bring messages, sometimes they refer to children, but usually, as it relates to Pentacles, it's something that's kind of manifested in the real world. It's like a physical thing, a resource. So either you're going to be, with this win-win outcomes forecast, you're either going to be on the receiving end of a wonderful news of something that you can create. This feels like good news about a type of a job, and I don't see any aces here, but it is good news about that. If not, it's a little bit of money, a little bit of resource, a little bit of something coming in, either from a maternal person, someone who is either a very good friend or mother figure, anything that remember, it's non-gender specific, but it's that maternal, that feminine energy coming from that person, or enables you to sit in your Empress state a little bit stronger. Because remember, the Empress, she gives out this unconditional love, knowing that the more she gives, the more she receives, and it's that equal, beautiful number 6 harmony going on. Okay, so I do feel like as you do that introspection of where you've completed one task or one project, okay, this, I don't know why, but for some reason a home project as well, like a home renovation, once it's come to the end, now you see the resources, you get this good news, this exciting opportunity for the new year. But I don't feel like it happens very quickly. You know, there is a bit of a lag there, but the Page of Pentacles, remember that Pentacles are pretty solid, you know, they're very physical. Water's fluid, it can move, you know, which is the emotions. Fire can easily burn out, you know, that excitement. And swords is in the headspace, that air. So of all the suits in tarot, Pentacle is that physical, tangible thing that you can do, and it can be referred to as you are on receiving end of a resource, some money, or some good news that's going to enable you to be more creative and to create this new opportunity for yourself in the new year, a new way of being. Okay, it's really nice, and it could come very well from the Queen of Cups, but I feel like even if it does come from the Queen of Cups, you are mirroring that person because you're the Empress. Okay, so you're drawing all this goodness in, and it's because you've done the soul searching, it's because you've done the completion. Okay, let us look at 3 of Cups, please, for group number 1. Four of Cups. There we go. Ah, yes, I see what's going on here. Let me do the other one next. Shame. Okay, Eight of Swords. Okay, got a lot of cards there. So with this, it does feel like that 3 of Cups over here with that 4 of Cups. Now the 4 of Cups is quite funny. It's kind of like a sulky energy, you know. I'm feeling it's quite sulky, kind of going, well, I wanted this, but I can't have it. So, and someone offers something else to you that is actually better, right? But you're like, nope. I wanted to come together. I wanted someone to visit, or I wanted to go somewhere else. I wanted the celebration. I wanted that enjoyment the way I chose to want it. And it's not really a sulking energy, but I feel like something is coming in which is actually much better than the situation, because it is divinely guided, but perhaps you're not seeing it. Okay, because perhaps it is feeling like, well, I'm trapped in a situation. I'm not allowed to do what I want to do, but actually it's divinely guided. There's something that's better that's coming your way. Okay, then under the 8 of Swords, we've got the 9 of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups, the 2 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so it feels like you have with that trapped energy over there, you know, which sometimes can be a bit of a self-sabotage, because she can just remove the blindfold. Okay, she can even use the swords when she's removed her blindfold. Use the swords to cut the chains, although the chains around her arms aren't actually that tight. And beneath the swords is that white light of clarity, vision, foresight. Okay, but she is still stuck in the headspace a little bit over there. All right. So, and what it means is that it feels like she is because it's clarified by these cards, right? She is regretting the fact that she doesn't have the independence that she thinks she really has, and everything's a bit of a juggling act over here, and she's having to hold back. So it really does, for me, this screams a situation, very basic situation of not being able to go come together with others. But know this, there is actually something better for you coming your way. All right, if you can open yourself up to and just allow that, everything is divine timing. Okay, if it's not meant to be, it means that you're being redirected to a better course. All right, so that's all I have for you, group number one. I hope it resonated, and I wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, amazing celebration. Whatever you choose to do will actually be perfect, because ultimately it's a win-win situation. Okay, you might not see it now, but trust in the universe. All right, your guidance is divinely guided. Okay, take care. Bye bye. Okay. Group number two, those who chose this beautiful rose quartz. Okay, this is your message. Now the rose quartz is usually about that heart space. The heart is the bigger brain of the brain. It is actually a brain. And this talks about sort of opening up, wanting to heal the heart space, feeling that gentle, divine, feminine energy as well. So really heart chakra galore there. Let us see what the festive season is bringing you. Ooh, your current energy is action. So you're on action stations at the moment. So as sort of the festivity celebration periods come in, you're on the go. Move. Lots of things are happening. Okay. It could be that perhaps you're not, but the energy around you is supporting you to tell you to get cracking. Okay, there's lots of stuff you have to do. Those waves are churning in the background. You've got that sky that you don't know whether it's going to rain or whether it's going to shine, but no matter what happens, the current still comes in, the tide still moves, and you need to keep moving with that. Okay, what is unseen to you is luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is very big thinking, higher knowledge, seeing the bigger picture, having a higher vantage point of the bigger things at play. And because it's a new moon, it is all about those intentions, that new beginning. All right, so what you don't see coming at the moment is luck is on your side, but you don't see it yet. That's exciting. It could be that you've been kind of burning the candle at both ends at the moment. You're like, oh god, I just got to keep going, you know. And I don't think I will be able to have a rest. I don't think I'll be able to really kind of recoup from the year as this festive season sort of starts. But you do have luck that's coming on your side, so whatever momentum you're in is really in your favor. And the outcome is in a temple devotion. Tune in to the portal of your heart. Okay, so intuitively, and your guides are with this reading telling you that yes, the heart space is where it's at for you at the moment. Okay, so it could be that you're so stuck in the daily grind of things, like just those wheels keep turning, and you just kind of, but there's a moment where you perhaps need just to sort of soften, do some inner meditation, open that heart chakra, just sort of soften a bit, even though the energy around you is very strong. It feels like there's a lot of momentum happening at the moment, and the inner temple with that heart portal there is basically suggesting or guiding you to make sure that you feel a bit more balanced. So if you tune into that, it sort of allows you to work the momentum in a sort of a more grounded way. So you're not sort of going, you know, too much. All right, so we're going to do some major arcanas for you. Again, it will be your current energies and that which is unseen, and then the outcome for this festive season for you. So let's have a look. Cut the deck. I'll get jumpers for clarifying at the end. Okay. Oop, I'm not taking jumpers yet. Current energy, we have temptation, holding on to attachments. Now this is would be the devil card in normal tarot, but this is Colin Baron Reed's The Good Tarot. And so what this talks about is having that almost that illumination of everything that you feel that you are attached to. It could be an emotional attachment, a relationship attachment. It could be a physical attachment. It could be attachment to a home, a job, anything where there is too much of a desperation to hold on to it. And this card is basically allowing you, it's basically bringing to light the attachments that perhaps are a little bit too strong, too much, too you're holding on to something a little bit too tightly, and perhaps it's important to just sort of loosen your grip a little bit. Okay, what is unseen to you is the Hermit. Some deep soul searching is in need. Okay, and that's when the luck, when the intuitive hits of that Sagittarius new moon is going to come to light. Okay, so you do need some time to just when I was saying, you know, with a balance, you know, a lot of things are happening because you've got to please this person, you've got to appease that person, and you've got to you've got this job to finish, you've got that thing to organize at home, you're thinking about the Christmas meal, you're thinking about making sure, you know, there's a lot sort of happening. And what's happening, I think, is that you're a little bit tied in a bit of a knot there. And really, luck is on your side if you can allow yourself just to sort of slow down, take some time for yourself and tune into your heart space, and then things will softly flow. Okay, the outcome is the Fool. Brand new beginning. This is taking a leap of faith. It shows the potential for a new job, a new venture, a new lifestyle, a new way of being, a new way to start the year. And the way to do that is, for the new year, is everything to basically work with that heart space. So basically, ask those questions for yourself. What am I passionate about? What am I most drawn to do? What would I absolutely love to do? It's following your bliss. So working from that frame of mind, if you can, and feel it in your body, and how are you going to create that new year for you? How are you going to plan that new year? How are you going to take that leap of faith and be in that sort of childlike energy? Find your inner child, find that excitement, okay? And that's going to be the best thing for you moving into the new year. So that's sort of the outcome of all this like chaos that's happening in the beginning. Chaos is happening, and then you allow yourself to sort of slow down. With the nines in tarot, where's that die? There we go. Nines talk about endings, natural endings of cycles, all right? So let us go a little bit deeper with your reading. Two cards for each, or however many they say actually. Okay, what are the attachments for group number 2? What are the attachments that group number 2 is holding on to? Thank you. Ten of Pentacles, family, inheritance, long-term security. King of Cups, feeling solid and grounded in your emotional body, but ultimately you feel trapped by it. Very interesting. So I would say, it seems to me, I mean, it's a very, very clear message, so I'm just going to say it. It seems to me that there is an attachment, and I would say an unhealthy attachment, on thinking that financial security or long-term security as it relates to the home, property, a job that you've been in for, you know, decades, is a thing that you feel is your sense of security, but it isn't. It is just, it's an unhealthy attachment. Because security is actually a fallacy, right? It doesn't exist. You can only be secure within yourself, because everything changes. Nothing is ever permanent. Nothing is ever certain, okay? You can have kind of projections, calculated risks and projections of the probability of a sense of security, but I do feel that ultimately what it's doing is trapping you. Okay, you're feeling a bit bound by it. You're feeling bound either by, also could be a person as well, so it could be a family member with that King of Cups, which is a very sort of grounded, fatherly type of energy, who is kind of emotionally sort of sound, and it's like dependable and very caring. There seems to be, with all this action that's going on, there seems to be a bit of a tight grip on things as they have been for up until now, but all it's doing to you is making you feel a bit trapped in that situation, trapped within the finances, trapped within the security blanket, and ultimately, with this card being that illumination of those attachments, I feel that with again, this could be another person. The King of Cups could certainly be another person, but I feel that with you, it can enable you to start taking more of a fluid understanding of the situation, understanding that things aren't so fixed and set in stone. You know how Pentacles are, they're that physical manifestation. The King of Cups is the master. He's the king of water, right? Water's fluid and emotions, knowing that they do move around rocks and the tide. They do change. It is the season. It's the flow of how life is. And I feel like there might be that aha moment with you. In amongst all these things, you find like you're juggling so many things all at the same time, trying to keep the momentum going. And then you have this kind of amazing like realization that you've been too fixed in certain ways, and it is a pattern that has happened perhaps without even you realizing, and now you're trying to take on a bit more of a fluid attitude or approach to those fixed attachments, and as you do so, you recognize that there are certain things that are making you feel trapped and bound, okay? And but it's a mindset. It's a mindset, because swords are air, which talks about the mental body, okay? And actually, if she can take the blindfold off, which she can literally lift her arms to take the blindfold off, she might be able to see the clarity and the wisdom that is shining through from those swords, okay? So very interesting. Right, the Hermit. Oh yes, I'm going to cut the deck. I was meant to cut the deck for that, but I got jumpers, didn't I? Okay. To be honest, this whole first section here, this energy that you're in the moment, I feel pretty exhausted. It's too much. Just trying to please everything, trying to kind of like, it's almost controlling too much, and you can't. Thank you. Okay, we'll take jumpers then. The Hermit, you're looking at new options now. You're starting to decide, should I sample a different way of life? How can I readdress the situation? What my relationship to attachments are? What is my relationship to attachments? What is my relationship to security? What is my relationship to my own happiness? Ace of Pentacles, brand new beginning. I mean, with that Fool card, this is like a new start. So you really are looking for options of how can I create something that's going to stand the test of time, that has the potential to deliver long term, that is something tangible, something that can bring me income, something that can bring me a new sense of well-being. And luck is on your side. So, and because this is here for you, together with the Fool card, you've got a brand new start coming in the new year. Brand new start. Okay, then we've got the Hierophant. Okay, being this is, I would say, because each card has multiple meanings, but I'm really feeling like this is your sort of spiritual kind of connection. This is you're starting to connect with your inner being here, starting to connect to your heart space with that inner portal. So this is like you're sort of stepping up the ladder. This is spiritual ascension. It's kind of knowing that you can reach for more, love it or more. You can reach for more beyond just the physical. And then the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. You've dreamed for this. You're celebrating it. Luck is on your side. You see, you get what you hoped for. You get what you hoped for. So it's like you started the festive season. It's still like, da, 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 everything's happening. And then you're like, there's an attachment here. There's an attachment here. There's an attachment here. And actually, all I need to do is take the blindfold off and really go within and decide, have a little go at lots of different options, even daydream, even explore it online, you know. What is that new thing that I want? And it's like, ping, it happens and everything suddenly falls into place, okay? And now you're celebrating in that celebration mood. You are inspired. It's inspired action. And you're ready to kind of go, yes, let's take that chance. Let's take that chance. Let's go with the full card, please. Can we clarify the full card? Thank you. The Hermit again. So perhaps you're spending a little bit of time making sure that that new beginning that you want is going to serve your heart, is going to serve your passion, because we've got the Lovers card. Okay, so 2 major arcanas underneath the 4. I mean, this is major for you guys, right? Okay, you have a brand new start coming the new year. Brand new start. But you need to make that choice. You need to make that choice about where is your passion, okay? If this was to do with a love reading, it could be that making that choice of like, am I going to choose the person because it's exciting and passionate, or is there that unconditional love, okay? I feel like you are, I mean, it's all love here. So I feel like you are really ready to take that leap of faith, either in love, in a new job, in a new venture, but enable yourself to reach that point. It's very important you assess your current attachments. I don't need to clarify. I'll clarify the 8 of Swords. Can we clarify the 8 of Swords, please, for group number 2? Because this is a very, very simple reading. And very exciting as well. I mean, it's all action stations, you know. Everything's go, go, go. And then you allow yourself that room to, oh, that's too many, I'll take you. Okay, so you could feel a little bit trapped in a relationship here, with the 2 of Cups over here, which could be that King of Cups, which is that your partner. It could be your partner. But it feels like you might feel a little bit trapped in a certain relationship. Now, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It can be a family member. It could be a working relationship. But I do feel like there is a sense of feeling a little bit bound with a sort of a relationship. So I feel like the attachments, yes, it's to do with that sense of security, something that's been in place for a long time. So perhaps it's a relationship that's been in place for a long time. And in a way, you're feeling a little bit kind of that your wings have been clipped, okay? Now, it's really up to you. You can take the blindfold off yourself. You can soar to the skies and spread your wings. You can still have love within that. So it's very important to really kind of do that hermit energy there and really start to look at, okay, well, am I clipping my own wings, or is this person clipping my wings? And perhaps it's a way of kind of changing your approach and thinking, okay, well, if I take the blindfold off myself and I reach into a brand new risk, a brand new venture, a brand new way of thinking, then perhaps with that 2 of Cups, my partner or that person I had that strong attached relationship to will mirror that action, okay? So I certainly feel like you can absolutely get that love. I absolutely feel that you can create something new for yourself, as long as you really recognize what is being mirrored back to you in your current attachments, because you can literally shift that energy. And I think it's happening for you anyway, because luck is on your side, okay? So make sure that you tune into the portal of your heart to do so. I'm going to look again at that Hermit. It's a very basic reading, so I don't need to clarify much, but let's look at that quickly. Hermit, the Hermit again, Ten of Swords, the Empress, and the Moon. So the Empress is at that tuning portal part there. So you're really looking at things, you're starting to, as you start this new venture, this new way of thinking moving forward, you really are doing the introspection to things which are now dead and gone. Okay, losses, things, no point crying over anymore. It's done, it's dead, it's gone. Okay, and as you close off that cycle, you're able to step into the unconditional love of the Empress, into the portal of your heart. Okay, and even though it seems a little bit unclear where you're going because of the Moon, things are going to be revealed a little bit later down the line. Okay, so trust in the heart space. Make sure that any decisions you're making is not a logical decision, not a practical decision, but a heart-based decision, and then you're good to go. That would be the advice here, for sure. So, group number 2, I hope that that resonated. If it did, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye. Okay, group number 2, those who chose the Tiger's Eye. Now, the Tiger's Eye is usually the solar plexus chakra, and the solar plexus is all about where our motivation, our drive comes from, our sense of spirit, our sense of excitement, our forward motion comes from. So that could be something, an area that's either really working for you or perhaps blocked, but you're wanting that drive to things to implement in the real world. Okay, your current energy at the moment is potential, very, very nice. Okay, now this is very in line with the title of my channel, Love It or More. The title Love It or More means that to imagine anything of the highest nature would be to think of the concept of love. Is it possible to imagine anything more than love? Very difficult, isn't it? But what it does is it encourages you to expand. It encourages you not to put a limit even on love, that this could be something that's far greater, far more infinite. And that's where the potential lies. Not putting restrictions, not putting things in the box, putting things, feeling the depth of your inner being, feeling the depth of experiences that you want to create, and understanding that there is no limit. Jewel, okay, that was a bit of a rant. Right. Oh, okay, sorry, that flipped me out there quickly. Okay, then what is unseen to you at the moment is conclusions are within reach, and that's the full moon eclipse. So full moon eclipse is quite rare, so this could be quite a big situation where you've been working on something for a long period of time, for a good 6 months at least, right? Or 6 months to even a year, and there hasn't been a resolution yet. There hasn't been a sort of a real kind of knowing where you stand. But what's unseen to you is that you're going to be receiving that confirmation, that affirmation, that conclusion to the situation, right? And then the outcome is take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Okay, so definitely encouragement from spirit to allow yourself just to take a breather. Okay, enjoy the fact, make sure that you allocate a little bit of time off, if you are lucky enough to get some time off over the festive season, to just take a little time for yourself, a little bit of me time, a bit of rest, a walk in the park, anything that's going to sort of help you to get back to you with everything else that's going on around you. Okay, so we're going to cut the deck, get 3 major arcanas, for your current energies, what is unseen, and your outcome for over the festive season. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, your first card is the World. End of a cycle, all right? End of a major learning chapter in your life. And of course, it is the end of the year. So, you know, you're starting, that is ending of a cycle. But we're going to see how this pans out. So definitely that conclusion is within reach. Something that you've been really trying to, like, working at, struggling, not struggling, maybe even enjoying doing it, but there has not been a clear answer one way or another. You're definitely receiving that. Okay, what is unseen to you is justice. Lady Justice is in your favor. Things are coming into balance. If there's a legal system, it's coming in your favor. Conclusions are within reach. You are going to know where you stand. Sometimes even a situation which might not be in our favor still serves us because we finally know where we stand. It's very difficult to make educated decisions moving forward without knowing where the parameters lie, where the boundaries lie, where you know what your movement is, how you can maneuver around it. There is more freedom and restriction sometimes because you can start to break the rules, right? Bend the rules to serve you, to know where you sit, and you can explore the parameters in that way. So justice is coming into your favor. The outcome is patience. Okay, so again, you've got to allow yourself the time to take a breather before, because the thing is with the World card, with it marking a major end of a cycle, this card talks about making sure you give yourself the time to reflect. Make sure you give yourself the time to celebrate coming to the end. So often we are on the treadmill that when we reach certain goals that we have set for ourselves, we're so busy implementing the new one that we forget to reward ourselves for a job well done. Okay, even if it didn't go according to plan, to at least pat ourselves on the back for giving it a great big go. Now the World card is really powerful because it basically says that you've been through the Fool's journey, arrived at the World. The World is the last card in the major arcana, okay, and you have learned everything there is to know within that cycle. So you really have been through it all. You've been through the excitement, the duality, you've been through the challenges with the fives, you've been through the hard work, you've been through the point where you felt like you dropped to your knees and you couldn't go on anymore, and then you stood up and you carried on. You know, you have been through the entire cycle. You deserve a break. You deserve to stop, allow yourself to breathe, because with the World, the door closes. You have to close that door so that a new door can open up to you. I know these are cliches, I know, but that new door is where that potential lies. But you can only embrace that potential once something has come to full completion. Okay, and allowing something to come to full completion is giving yourself the time and the break to really just sit with that. Just allow the dust to settle, allow yourself to kind of recalibrate, creating that nice brand new clean slate so that you're ready to kind of go, okay, right, so I've completed that chapter in my life and now I'm ready to embark on a new one. But you want to make sure that you're refueled to do that. You want to make sure that you're sort of prepared to do that. You can't go in all guns blazing. You need to allow yourself to just kind of take a breather. So we're going to take this a little bit further with the Golden Tarot and see what is going on. Group number 3. I know why you've chosen the solar plexus now, because all of that solar plexus, that motivation, that go, 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 right? But you've been on that, and it's ending now. You can take that breather. You can reconnect with yourself. So I'll cut the deck. Oh, okay, fine. Okay, World card. Oh, the Fool. You see, so that you can start the Fool. So the World is the end of the major arcana. If you're not familiar with tarot, the Fool is the first one. Now it doesn't even mark number 1. It marks a 0, which talks about potential. okay? It shows you that you're ready to take that new leap of faith, that new way of being. Oh wow, we've got 4 cards for you. Okay, so we've got the Fool card, 5 of Pentacles. Okay, this can sometimes talk about sort of not having enough, lack mentality, not enough funds. The High Priestess, which is that intuitive knowing, secrets being revealed. And then the 9 of Pentacles, actually having the independence and knowing that you've got what it takes to move forward. You've got all the resources you've got. So what's happening for you is you have come to the end of a cycle of a type of struggle, and I do want to sort of kind of suggest it's a financial struggle, or a struggle. If it's not financial, it is a struggle where you have felt a little bit kind of isolated, left alone, left out in the cold, that sort of feeling. That is a thing that's coming to an end, okay, with the World card. And what's starting for you is this new intuitive, it's like you just have that knowing, you just kind of know at the back of your mind that you're moving on to brighter, better things, because the 9 of Pentacles has every resource that she needs to have. She has all the pentacles. She has the falcon there with the foresight, knowing where she wants to take it further. And so I do feel like as you come into that festive season, you know that something's definitely coming to an end. You can feel it. You can feel it in your bones. And there's a type of childlike excitement that you can't quite put your finger on, because you don't have any kind of piece of paper that tells you, yes, you've got the green light, you've got the permission slip to go ahead and create something new. You don't have that. Intuitively, you feel it though, because you know you've come to the end of a cycle. You know you have that potential to move forward. So it's like, when you're just going about your life in a certain way, and then you just have this just like niggling feeling, but it's like a positive niggling feeling. It's like butterflies in your stomach, and you don't know why it's there. It's because Spirit is talking to you and telling you that actually that you've completed a major cycle, and the reward is to now step into a brand new paradigm shift, to step into something new, to create a new lifestyle and venture forward with that childlike energy. So I feel like you're feeling this, right? It's bubbling, but you can't, it's like you're almost a bit afraid to really enjoy it, because it's not set in stone. It's not like you don't have it written down and like stamped. But it's really positive, really positive. Okay, let's get the Justice card, please, which is number 11. So that's soul path. We've got 2 of wands over there. That's life path number. And then, we got these 2 then. There we go. King of Swords, very lucky. Good. 8 of Pentacles and the Tower. Yes. Okay. So justice is on your side for sure. So anything that you've been working really, really hard at, particularly as it relates to this King of Swords here. The King of Swords would be that kind of that bureaucrat, that legal representative, that governmental body, that police officer, a doctor even. Okay, there's been something that you worked really, really hard at, and you're going to get there is going to be a bit of a shock to the system here, because things are actually coming into balance for you. So it's a surprise. It's a good surprise. I do feel like it's a good surprise, because I feel like you've worked really, really hard. Now justice is now allowing the balance to come in. But the 2 of Wands talks about that kind of that duality, where both roads are equal, right? You can decide any route you want to use, any route that you would like. Sometimes it can talk about collaboration, but it's really a fairness that's coming in, particularly with that Justice card. So it's something that if it's something that you worked really, really hard towards, the shock is going to be, oh my goodness, I didn't notice I'd get that payback. So it's coming out of surprise. I will clarify a bit further though. So that's really, really positive. So you are going to reach the conclusion. Things are going to come to light, and they will be in perfect justice, perfect balance. Okay. Now, patience. Even though you've got this niggling, excitable feeling, it's still time to take a little bit of breather. Okay. So let's clarify patience, please, for group number 3. What do they need to be patient on? Why is patience here, please? And seeing Ace of Swords, brand new way of seeing. This is like the truth serum. Seeing something from a whole new perspective. You see, you cannot see your new reality. You cannot see the things that you want to create for setting new, unless you do the reflection of the cycle and the chapter that you've just completed. And I see that you are going to be seeing something from a whole new perspective. This is like your foresight. This is activation of the third eye. This is mental clarity, but in a way that you've never suspected before. And we've got the King of Wands here and the Nine of Swords, right? So it could be that you were needing a bit of time the patience is needed to gain that insight on how you want to become that sort of that entrepreneur, become that boss with that King of Wands. Perhaps go, if you are working for somebody else, to go to him with information. I feel like there has been anxiety over this, some sleepless nights, some not really sure what to do, where you see she's got, there's an owl in the background there, which represents wisdom and clarity of thought. But she's so concerned about these swords, which are mental thoughts coming in and chopping and changing, and she can't quite have that clear direction. So there has been some anxiety, or some sort of, I would say anxiety. It seems that it does actually seem that heavy in understanding how to deal with this particular person. Now, if it was a person, someone that is not you, this is general reading, so I have to say this, it will be someone who's very charismatic, a leader, a boss figure, someone who kind of gets things going, but perhaps doesn't sort of see it out to the bitter end. That kind of, he makes all the moves, right? He kind of implements, he infuels in the buzz of things. I feel that if there has been some anxiety over a person like that, if that relates to you, it could even be a partner as well, again, non-gender specific, then you're suddenly gaining the clarity of the situation. You're suddenly seeing it from a whole new perspective, but it's going to take time to do that. You can only see that once you give yourself a break, okay? It could also be that you're suddenly seeing how you can be this person, okay? So perhaps it's something where perhaps you've been working for somebody else or working for a company, and now you want to create your own new job. You want to, you've got a business idea and you want to make it happen, but you're sort of self-doubting yourself because this chapter has been quite heavy and you don't know if you've got the resources, although you do because you can actually feel it. And you're not quite sure if you've got what it takes to do it. Absolutely you do. Absolutely, 100% you do. And what's going to happen is that which you have been anxious over, whether you can actually make it happen, that self-doubt, you're going to suddenly get that aha moment, that clarity check. And you will only get it once you give yourself the time to really sit with it and have a break. I'm going to clarify the High Priestess here for you. High Priestess, clarified by the High Priestess. There we go. High Priestess. Okay. Two of Swords, yes, a conclusion. The Fool, which is again oh my god, we got the same cards coming up. The Fool, which is over there as well. Ace of Swords, which is the same one as that, and then walking away delicately. So there's also the sense of you feel kind of excited because you know a chapter's coming to an end, but you also have this thing of you sense that you need to embark on this new journey, right? You sense that you need to do it, but you kind of don't know how to sort of implement it, because you feel a little bit torn, how do I do it, or how do I tell somebody? And with this one, it feels like you want to sort of do it delicately. He's trying to kind of not get, he's holding the swords, right? He's going to be very careful he doesn't cut himself. He leaves a couple, he doesn't need them all. Now sometimes this could talk a little bit about sort of trying to sneak away undetected, and so I think that's what you're trying to work out. Once you finish that one cycle and you're ready to start this new, you're trying to suss out firstly how to tell people that are involved and how to do it without letting on to anyone. You don't, for example, if you've got a business idea, you wouldn't want anyone stealing your idea, so you're trying to do it delicately. And these are the things you're kind of trying to sort of work out. How can I please them all? But the conclusion, you're going to gain that insight. Remember, conclusions are within reach. You've got the truth serum there. You can only do it, again, if you take a break. If you allow time to just sit over something. Okay, I want to clarify this Tower card, please. Can you clarify the Tower, please, for group number 3? Thank you. Tower card. We've got Knight of Cups and walking away. Okay. This is interesting. Very interesting. Because what this tells me is someone who's come forward to offer you a cup of love. This could be an apology. This could be a gesture. You're not interested. So it doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It can be a friend or family member who's basically trying to come forward and sort of offer you, particularly if you're involved in a legal situation, right? That has been going on and on and on and on, or something you've been waiting on, that's been going on and on and on and on. What you don't see coming, which is going to come as a total shocker, is this person is going to come in with an apology and come in trying to make amends. But I don't see you taking it. I think you're like, nah, I've had enough. Thanks. It's good. I'm off. Interesting. Really interesting. Perhaps particularly as well, like for example, if the Justice card is something that brings things into balance, right? And brings harmony and justice to a situation. Usually if someone else falls short because of the karmic return, then maybe they're sort of trying to pull you back in and they do everything they can, but it's not going to happen. I don't see you taking it at all. You're like, no, I'm ready for my full. I'm ready for my new life. I'm ready for this. Now, this can even be a work situation, right? Where someone took credit for your ideas and you had to sort of speak up for yourself and get people involved, HR or whatever, and you had to work at it. It was just going on and on and on, probably for up to 6 to 12 months. It's been going on for ages, and you haven't had an answer one way or another. Then you get the answer, which is great. You get an apology with it as well, but you're like, no, I'll take the balance, I'll take the justice, thank you very much, but I'm done. Interesting. I do feel that it's going to be quite a difficult thing though for you to do, because Eight of Cups, he's put a lot into that. So whatever you've put a lot into, you still reach that point of like, you know what, no, I've reached the world, I've reached the end of that cycle, I've reached that chapter, thank you very much, I've learned a lot, it's not good enough, I want more now, I want something new, I need a breath of fresh air, and you need that break, right? Okay, let us clarify the Ace of Swords here, please. Ace of Swords, please. Thank you. The Hierophant. Ah, lovely. Ace of Swords. You're getting what you wish for in terms of you. The Hierophant talks about sort of the regulatory system, the ways things are, rules and regulations, the even spiritual ascension, right? You're getting firstly, you're getting a brand new spiritual insight moving forward. And secondly, if you allow the time to pass, that's why it's so important that you take a break. If you allow the time to pass, you are going to get the powers that be in your favor. So not only will you get the justice, but the powers and the systems that you have been answering to is going to work in your favor. It's going to bring you the good communication. It's going to bring you that brand new beginning. Okay, so that's why, again, it's important. Also, if you are thinking about starting a business or a new venture with this King of Wands over here, again, you're gonna get the A-OK. You're gonna get the permission slip. You are gonna get the green light to go, right? If it was a property that you were buying, you get the agreement, you get the accepted offer, all of those things, right? So very, very powerful for you, particularly, but remember, take a break. You finished a chapter, you've done it, right? Now you've got this in between. This whole festive season for you is literally about kind of that transition period of just sort of allowing the dust to settle, sit within that space and allow your time to be and just breathe in that potential, breathe in that clean slate, breathe in the, what is it that I want to create for myself that's new? Even if you feel that you're still waiting on something, don't worry, you're going to get it. You're going to get the conclusion and it's going to be in your favor. So don't worry. Okay. And then you can breathe. You can give yourself a bit of a rest, knowing full well that while it might take a little bit of time before you get that permission slip, while you wait, you're doing yourself a favor. I just want to get the Nine of Swords clarity here. Nine of Swords, please. What are you anxious about? Okay, so you remember I was saying it doesn't have to be a new job, but you know that where I was saying, you know, you get the clarity that perhaps you want to create something for yourself, be your own leader, but you have this element of self-doubt. Okay, I think give yourself the time again with that patience card and take a break. Okay, it's a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill, right? The anxiety is somehow to do with you want to be, you're a bit worried that it's is this really what I wish for? Is this really what I want? So you're doing that questioning. And that's really important, actually. That's why you need the time, because this new concept, this new, if it's a project or a new venture or a new start in your life, because it's absolutely for sure a new start in your life, you are making sure that you're giving yourself the time to consider, is this what I really want? Because this is about wish fulfillment, okay, but there's some anxiety over that. Okay, so you're sort of tossing and turning in bed because you're like, yeah, but is it going to give me the thing that I want? Is this really what I want? Okay, so if it relates to sort of self-doubt, it could be like, oh, do I have what it takes to get it? Do I deserve it? There's an element here of self-worth issues. There's an element here where there's, because you've reached the end of a cycle. Now, every time we reach an end of a cycle and we've gone through a very, very strong learning curve, it does soften us a little bit to the degree of knowing what it takes to learn lessons during a chapter in a life, right? Knowing the highs and the lows. And because we've done that, it's like not once bitten twice shy, but it's like it does encourage us to sort of tread a little bit carefully. And so with that, sometimes we get a little bit sort of stuck in the headspace of projecting in the future what something might come out as. The beauty of life is that it's all an adventure. We have to just sort of play it out and see what happens. So there is a little bit of kind of, is this the right thing? The idea that I had 6 months ago or a year ago, does that still ring true? Is that still what I want to do now? And only you can answer that question, right? Whatever it is, I do think that you are going to take the lead in it, and I do think you're going to be bold with it, and that's really, really positive. But you do need that little rest just to kind of refuel, recharge, so you can stand in that power. So that's all I have for you, group number 3. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, subscribe, comment and share, and have an amazing festive time. Give yourself a break if you can, and I'll see you on the other side. Take care. Bye.